What the hell is this, you guys? What? I was just trying to keep you on point. What does that even mean? Anyway, hi everyone. Hello everyone, how are we doing oh god, everything's working, right? Oh god, I hope everything's working. Okay, what's up? Hello Agent Core, hello Waffle Man, hello Strimmer. I refuse to call you by your actual name over there. Hi Kyura. I saw Benjamin, hello, Giga, hello, Banko, hello. You guys were lurking in the waiting room for a bit. Anyway, what's up everyone? The sky, oh yeah, the sky's looking pretty purple today. How gross is that Kyura guy? Oh, cringe. No, I'm just kidding. Everyone's welcome here. But hello everyone, so good to see you again, and we are here for the second part of the Koomer and Oguigi story, which, by the way, I actually found out how you pronounce Oguigi, but since I've been saying Oguigi, I'm gonna keep it like that. But I think it's actually pronounced Oguigi? Oguigi? I was pretty close. I just do the hard pronunciation of the G rather than a G. Should be like a G sound rather than a J sound. But you know what? Whatever. It's like GIF and JIF. And I say JIF. So if that says anything about me. And no, not that kind of Koomer Strimmer. No, we're talking about Koomer with a K. And we're talking with what did you might call it? Oh my god. See, okay, so I'm like out of it right now because like I was relaxing. I was drinking my boba. I was watching my friend read, do live reacts of like weird videos, and that was really funny. And then here I am, and I'm disoriented, man. I'm like, I don't know what's going on right now. Like an Ouija board? Well, I mean, okay, I pronounced it like a Ouija, but no, it should be Oguigi, like a G, so like a guy. rather than guy, it's a jai. I say a jai, but you know, that sounds weird. Whatever. Let's just steal Reed's content for a bit. Yeah. We should just watch Reed. Why even do late night readings on sussy Sundays when when I could just steal other people's content, you know? So Luigi is accurate. No, wait. No, because Luigi is pronounced Luigi, not Luigi. It's not Luigi, is it? I hope not. I don't even know anymore. Sussy Sundays have been canonized? Well, that's up to you guys, dude. I mean, okay, the thing is, I don't want to put in the title Sussy Sunday because I don't know if YouTube likes that. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Maybe I can put it in the description. Because I also am not guaranteed I'm going to do this every Sunday. It might be a Monday instead. But I guess we'll see. You pronounced it as Luigi. Thanks. Thanks. That helps. That helps me so much figuring out if it's Luigi or Luigi. Anyway, we'll continue with saying Oguigi since we're already almost at the end. Thank you for clarifying. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad I can help clarify things for everyone. Oh, and Strimmer too, of course. Let's not forget where the credits do, you know? Alright, so let's go ahead and get started where we left off. Except I think we actually left off on November of 2013, but I don't remember reading October of 2013. So we're gonna go finish reading October of 2013. And for anyone who is confused as to what's happening, I'm talking about a infamous story in the world of tulpamancy. Tulpamancy, which making a tulpa or tulpamancy is about basically making In layman's terms, you're basically making an imaginary friend who is sentient, who lives in your brain, has their own personality, has their own likes and dislikes, and basically, when you make this tulpa, you can have that tulpa, you know, either like possess your body, like take over a part of your body or all your body, have them experience the world and stuff like that. You can like basically project them into real life, so like you can physically see them, maybe even touch and stuff, but other people won't be able to, like, you know, see that because it's all in your head. So that might sound a little weird, but that is apparently a practice, and it got really popularized back in the day, especially during the My Little Pony days, because some people really wanted to make their waifu ponies come to life. And this person named Koomer, they made a pony just like that named Oguigi, and shit happened. And they basically had a mental collapse of sorts. And this is them trying to recover from that. So there you go. Good night, though. I can say I was here. Yes, Wolfman, thank you so much for dropping by. I was gonna ask, didn't you say you had to go to sleep? But thank you so much for hanging out and coming out for the first bit of the stream. And I wish you good night, sleep well, sweet dreams, and keep it vibing. And good luck with work tomorrow. Enjoy the first day. What the hell, Bengo? You can't just eat me alive. That's rude, and I don't consent to fatal war, okay? But yeah, so that is the story of today, and we are gonna go ahead and continue where we left off, which is October 2013, recovery update number 3. And if anyone wants to hear the first half of the story, or I guess first, like, I don't know, 65% of the story, because we're actually more than halfway done, I do have a previous live stream archived on my YouTube channel, so go check that out. I'm actually surprised there are a lot of extra views that came out after the stream came out. It's kind of weird, but you know what? I don't understand how YouTube works, and I'm not gonna question it. So, did the Coon Pony come to life yet? Yeah, they came to life at the end of last stream. This is the recovery phase, because the person who created the tulpa had a mental break, and it decided they wanted to recover. So it ain't feral if he spits you back out. Oh, it ain't fatal if he spits you back out. I don't want to get bored in the first place. That's disgusting. I ain't no spitter. Oh, y'all heard it here. Benko's not a spitter. He's a swallower. Anyway, feel free to kick back, relax, and we're gonna go ahead and do more readings. Let's go. If I were to ask for a recap, would it take up half the stream? I just did a recap, Benjamin. But TLDR, if you're here, and also spoiler warning for everyone who this is your first stream and you want to know the entire story up to this point, but spoiler warning, I suppose. Oh Lord, okay, never mind. Hi Bayara, good to see you again. I'm just here for the ride then. I mean, okay, I could just do a quick TLDR. So the person, Koomer, they're the human. They made a tulpa named Oguigi. It looks like basically what you saw in the thumbnail, which is pony, I believe a white pony with yellow eyes and wears like a kimono kind of looking thing. And basically Koomer wanted Oguigi to basically swap with him. So he wanted to not live physically in this world anymore. He wanted Oguigi to take over, and Oguigi was willing to take over because she wanted to see she just basically wanted to live a real life. So it worked out theoretically it worked out initially, and they were basically making a blog, blogging everything, blogging their progress of how it was to basically do that, and we kind of see their progress. They were helping other peoples with their tulpas and trying to spread their message of like how to do possession and switching the bodies and everything. And that they sort of kind of did it where Oguigi was basically just took possession over his entire body and like Koomer basically said, hey, I don't want to switch ever, even if I beg for it. But then shit started happening because I think they started doing drugs, because bad feelings. And then they found out that there's other entities in their mind that they also consider not quite tulpas, but they're like basically other existing entities in the mind. And since they have done so much tulpamancy and like meditation and stuff, they don't forget a Twitter post, bestie. I thought I did. Oh my god, I didn't post it. Oh my, I had the tweet ready and everything. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Let me just fix that really quick. Thanks, Benko. I appreciate it. And then I can close this entire fucking thing. Hopefully my computer stops dying. Oh, okay. And so after that, they found out these entities were kind of malicious and they didn't really have good intentions in mind. They kind of just wanted to basically destroy the body, especially because Koomer himself had already kind of like receded back into the depths of the mind of sorts. And yeah, so basically what happens now is that Oguigi is trying to help Koomer get back his body, like get back control of his body and make him the main again. And she goes back in the background, all the while trying to keep him safe from these other entities who are tulpa-like and who probably want to do harm to the body because they are just like, I guess you could say if intrusive thoughts became personified. And we all know intrusive thoughts are not the best things in the world, so yeah, so that's basically a TLDR. A lot of shit happened, but it was just a lot of fluff details, but that was the summary. And here's the recovery phase. And this is the recovery update, which is basically that by now Oguigi is trying to make Koomer strong enough to take over his body again. So hopefully that helped Benjamin and whoever else is appreciated that, because I understand the last stream was like, what, 3 hours long? Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. October of 2013, day 409, recovery update number 3. Good progress is being made. The intrusive entities continue to fade to the back of our minds. My host Koomer finally got a foothold back with his body. He recently used it for a whole week. I'm very proud of him. Oh yeah, I forgot, I need to do like a ew kind of voice for Koomer. I'll do it eventually. Hi, Koomer here. It felt good to have my feet back on the ground. I could have used this body longer, but then I started to miss Oguigi, so I asked her to come back. It felt strange having Oguigi return. It almost as if my brain was rewiring itself, and a familiar disassociation from it returned. Let's see. The body still weights the same, but we haven't made any serious attempt to change that yet. I'll post another update in a few more weeks' time to keep you all updated. The recovery log posts are coming to a near end. We'll start posting normal-ish stuff soon. What is happening here? What has happened? What did you guys do? No, Lenore, we're not adding any wigglies. There is nothing to the overlay. I will refund your request, but just an FYI, I am not doing those for my YouTube streams. If you want to do anything, it would have to be the head pats, hydrates, or the other redeems, but not anything that fucks with the overlay. I'm not doing that in the YouTube streams. Also, hi, Lenore. Let's see. Darren, oh hey Sap, just saw the Twitter post and came here. Can you give us a TLDR on what happened in the story, please? I literally just gave a TLDR, Darren. I don't know how to do another TLDR. I just gave a TLDR. And I'm just like, I don't want to keep repeating the same info. So, good luck with that one. Basically, shit happened last time and they're recovering now. That's about it. Okay, anyway. The recovery log posts are coming to a near end, and we'll start posting normal-ish stuff quite soon. I do see my host Koomer using the body more often and longer, to the point where I won't actively be around anymore. But until then, I will still be writing these posts. Day 415. Perhaps this isn't what I wanted. Koomer here. I wanted to make a post while I still can. I guess I should have seen this coming, but using my own body now takes more effort than ever. If I relax too much, I find myself automatically disconnecting, which is annoying. If I disconnect and Oguigi isn't around, some random entity deep in the spawns of my mind will use the body instead. And sometimes I feel so confused about myself and the body. Sometimes it feels like the body doesn't belong to me. Like I'm just watching someone else through their own eyes. It's actually really annoying to not feel like yourself because you have no way to ground yourself. I have to admit that I have a bit more problems now than I did when I started, but it's far too late to quit, because I can't. Things didn't quite turn out the way I expected it to. I wasn't 100% serious about the perma-switching deal I made last year, but with the way things are heading, it could actually happen for real. And I don't think I want that. My Topo Oguigi has mixed feelings. She understands my position and will support me, but if I give up the fight to keep this body, she won't think twice about becoming the new host. Oguigi still wants my body, but at the same time she's cool with not using it. I guess she's just waiting for the right moment. The idea of me becoming a full Topa isn't quite so appealing anymore. I, or most likely Oguigi, will make another post in a week or so. Until next time. And then November of 2013. Let's see. Oh, is my stream dying over here? Or is that just me? Oh, no, it's dying. Oh, perfect. We love to see that. Oh, no, Internet, what are you doing? Oh, my God. I can't do a reading stream and my internet's taking a shitter right now. What the hell? Oh, it's buffering. Oh, God. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Yep, I see the buffering happening. Hey, Internet, can you get your shit together? Alright, we're back in the green. Alright, back in the green. Are we all good here now? We can still hear you. Model is lagging, though? Oh, okay. Well, at least the audio goes by through. Well, good to know. Good to know how that's how buffering works. Although you would imagine I should understand that because I listen to streamers on YouTube shit. Oh my God, the internet's taking another shitter! What the hell? Bestie internet, who said you could do this to me? Alright, well, that's okay. If the audio's fine, so be it. Question on 11/02/2013. I'm not really sure I really get this whole thing. Before you had a Topa, what was your life like? What would other people think? Would they notice anything? You used to go to school. What has happened since then? My life was normal, at least for me. I'm still going to school, college. Before Topas, my life was actually quite chilled. I had very little worries. I never needed Topamancing. I got started because I was curious, and heck, I was a really big MLP fan at the time, so the idea of having a cute imposed pony friend instantly got me hooked. For weeks I was more excited than I ever been in a long time. But in the long run, it actually turned out to become a very stressful endeavor. Oh, and other people never noticed. The only one who really knew and cared about it was my younger brother. Okay. How's the stream doing? Oh, it's green right now. Oh, what do you mean the stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate? YouTube? I'm trying. Okay, it's green right now. I think it's trying to do catch up right now. I think that's what it's doing. Your reading is lagging? Yeah, that's what I figured. Oh, I thought the cutting out was on my side? No, it's my side. My internet is fucking taking a shitter. Everything's in green now, so I think it was just a hiccup, but, you know. Okay. So everything, it says it's healthy again. Okay. Hey, Leifa, what's up? Okay. December of 2013. Day 465. Over a year. And, what, almost a half? Like a year and 100 days, so like a year and 3 months. Wild. Ending Tulpamancy. So it has been over a month since my last log post. I'm still alive. In fact, I've been doing better than I have in a long while. My recovery has made great progress, but I had to stop all things Topa related. This includes Oguigi. I had to send her away. But I have not forgotten about her. I now have two choices. To stop tulpamancy and return to a normal life, or to start all over again with a clean slate? Deep down inside, I'm still interested in tulpas. I know what happened was not Oguigi's fault. All the bad things that happened came from a whole year of stupid behavior, inspired by my reckless pursuit to switch. All I originally wanted was an imposed tulpa. Possession is not something I really want to do again. Balance is the most important thing. Tulpamancy should work with your life, not take over. Work together with your tulpa, but don't try to have them take over. Not because they will harm you in any way, but because other entities will harm you if you open yourself up to such a level. I did that, and it nearly made me schizophrenic. I will still post updates if anything noteworthy happens. Okay, good advice, honestly. Because I think the whole thing with this Koomer and Oguigi story is that if you basically have your tulpa try to take over your body as a way of escaping IRL pressures, that's not gonna do good things for your mental health, but you know. Day 479, not done yet. Hey guys, oh. Ooh. Hello guys, it's me, Oguigi. I've returned. Koomer brought me back by accident yesterday. At the time, he was laying on the bed unable to move for himself, so I went in to take control and I've been on ever since. In the last post, Koomer said that he was ending tulpamancy. Well, let me be the first to tell you, that's not the case. He wasn't lying at the time, he just didn't fully realize that he was far from being done. Turns out there's more that needs to be done than he thought. The real source of the issue is within the mind, and ignoring it is not the best way to fix it. Koomer tried to live out his everyday life, but the problems never fully went away. He still had problems controlling his own body. Sometimes he wasn't even able to get out of bed. He made progress in protecting himself, but the problem just got at him at another angle. I made it very clear to Koomer that I am not part of the problem, and that I could actually help him solve this issue once and for all. So yeah, the fight that begun a few months ago is not over. There's still work to be done for balance to be restored once more, and then we will know if Koomer really wants to end tulpamancy. Question. Koomer, by now it has become very unclear whether Oguigi still functions like a tulpa or not. She has been the dominant personality for some time and has gotten quite used to the body. I'm saying that there is a point where a tulpa becomes indistinguishable in ability from its host, and Oguigi might have already passed that line. What are both of your thoughts on this? Can two minds peacefully cohabit a single body? I can't understand you better than yourself, so comments are appreciated. Smiley face. Oguigi here. Good question, Anan. This is what I know. Am a thought form with a foundation of strong emotional energy. I contain a personality of my own, and while our abilities are equal, our intuitions are different. Am a big part of Koomer. When am on, he feels complete once more. So am still very much a tulpa, but I feel very much human at the same time. And yes, two minds can peacefully cohabit a single body. Koomer can't really answer your question right now. It's hard for him to think. While I am using the body, and we both agreed it's a good idea for me not to let up control for a while. I have a very strong grip at the moment, and I don't want to risk losing that. Stuff's still happening, okay. Okay, voice is not lagging at all. Hey, okay, video on the other hand. Oh no. So is the video basically trying to do catch-up? Oh no, it's still going down. Okay. It's unstable. We love to see that. Well, I mean, the good part with these reading streams is it's mostly just the reading anyway. I mean, the visuals are there just so I can be cute in the background, but like, yeah. It'd be like that. Sorry about that. I can't control the internet. You know how it be. Anyway, January of 2014. 2014, Happy New Year, tulpas and hosts alike. I hope that this year brings much progress and happiness to everyone involved with the tulpa community. I've also reached 200 followers on this Tumblr. I'm very surprised that people are still interested with my story and progress, even if I don't update as often as I used to. Thank you all for your support. May this be a great year. Oguigi went back into the mind a couple days after the last post. The energy she had was a temporary, but she still wished me a happy new year with whatever energy she had left, which was a nice touch. Day 506, Oguigi Picture Update 2014. It has been a long time since I drew my Topa Oguigi. A good friend suggested that I should draw another picture. I wasn't really sure if I was gonna do it, but once I laid my pencil down on paper, I couldn't stop. And this is the picture of Oguigi that we got, which I used for the thumbnail. He, as unstable as some of your sleeping schedule. Yeah, what's a regular sleeping schedule? Dude, yesterday I fell asleep like really early. I think I went to bed like by 1 a.m. and as you guys know, I usually stay up way past 1 a.m. regularly, so I was exhausted yesterday. I just passed out. And here's a backup link to the pic, but luckily the picture works, which is good. Day 515. A bad storm is coming. Hey guys, I wanted to post another update. I'm not very sure what I'm gonna do with myself. Things are changing. This is what's really happening with myself right now. My mind has healed, but the problem is that only my mind has been healed. I never actually worked on regaining control of my own body. I just been focusing all my energy for the past 6 months on my own mental possession. I literally cannot override it. I can't even get out of my own bed. I can think about moving all I want. It simply doesn't happen. A entity. He is called Ronale? Ronal sounds better. Sounds less like a terrible drink. Anyway, that's what he told me to call him anyways. Have been using this body. He enjoys smoking or drinking purple juice, DXM. What the hell is purple juice? What the hell? What is DXM? Hold on. Hold on. What the hell? What the hell is this? Am I gonna get on the FBI watch list for Googling this? Hey Giga, let's go. You helped out 69,420 times. Let's go. Rona Lee? Oh, it could be Rona Lee. Or Ronali? I'll just say Rono. It's fine. Actually, you know what? Now you mentioned the Lee part. Maybe Rona Lee. Okay, what is DXM? Drug fact sheet. DXM is a cough suppressor. Oh, is this basically just cough syrup? Guys, don't drink cough syrup. Ronald Lee? Oh no, I hope not. Also, hi Cardboard, I hope you're pogging. He loves staying in bed and sleeping until the body starts to hurt from laying for so long. This starting to hurt my college work. I failed almost all my classes during the fall, and it was literally because I was not able to study. I was not able to move my body to do so. Instead, it will sleep or play games or do drugs. Tomorrow I have a test, and I tried my fucking hardest to study, but I can't get a grip of my own body. The only reason why I'm writing this now is because I had to ask the entity, Ronali, for some body time so I can write this. Oguigi has no real power anymore. She can't really do anything. In fact, she has been sleeping in the mind for quite some time, and I recently began to join her. I still retain consciousness of my own body, no matter who's controlling it. But if I lose awareness of the body and become trapped inside my own mind, then it's game over. I'm already in deep shit as it is with all of this. I don't want to fail my schooling, but I can't fucking seem to focus in class anymore. I even struggle to even get to school. And I no longer have the self-control needed to study. If things get worse, I will have no choice but do drop out after this term. But by that time, it might not even be me making that choice. I pray that I somehow find the strength to overcome this, and if I can't, I hope the various entities have the mercy to not screw up my life and continue doing the school/work, etc. in my place. So, yeah, am in deep shit. I reread my whole Tumblr/progress log, and I've been digging myself up this hole since day one. I don't think I can really do this alone. Oh, shit be happening, and this time it's not even Oguigi's fault. Hello, Meep! How are you doing, Meep? It's going pretty poggies. How are you doing? Eating some Oreos? Hey, are you eating those Oreos with milk? Or are you just eating them dry and raw like a heathen? What's on my mind, ATM? I really wished I could post more cute/kawaii. Not even kawaii. Kawaii things on this Tumblr about me and Oguigi. People seem to like that. but instead I talk about dark things or my problems, etc. I don't know how many people actually care about that stuff, but I believe it's important to document the stuff anyways, for history/information's sake. I should wake Oguigi up. Perhaps we can hang out for a short amount of time, for old time's sake. Some good news, I don't have to worry about being possessed forever. The involuntary possession tend to expire after some time. It comes in waves. After one is done, it may take a few hours to about a half a day for the next one to begin, and when it starts, it can last anywhere from 12 hours to about 36 hours. This is the involuntary possession I talked about in the last post. Man, that must be wild though, to just like basically, it sounds like he's basically disassociating like crazy in waves, and I can't imagine what life is like doing that. What the fuck? Why did it show up like that on stream? Wait, what do you mean? What does that mean? Show up like what on stream? I don't have my... Did you guys do something? Did you guys do something I don't know about? No? No? Bingo's worrying me. I don't have my Oreo dunking spoon, so I'm eating them dry. Wait. You use a dunking spoon for your Oreos? What? You don't just like take them and just dip them in the milk with your fingers? That's weird. Imagine having tools to have a dunking spoon. Whoa. Need to free myself. Oh, day 517. Need to free myself. I've been thinking for a while today. I was brainstorming and thinking back to my past and the person I was before. I think I know what I truly want now. I want my freedom back. I want to feel free again. I want to do what I want, when I want, without worrying about my own body and mind. Tulpas and all this stuff has put such a burden on my mind. It made me feel trapped. I find possession to be quite suffocating now. We don't realize how free we are until it's taken away from us. Yeah, the grass is always greener on the other side, but you know. It's kind of rough when you start losing possession of your body. February of 2014. Question. Keep marching ahead, Koomer. It might be tough at times, but if you continue pushing, you are far more likely to succeed than if you toss in the towel and stop trying. If I believed in prayer, I would be praying for you. Please nurture the warmth in knowing that you have supporters who are cheering you on, that want you to overcome your troubles. Thanks a lot. Reading positive things like this give me some extra strength. I'm still hanging in there, doing whatever I can. Question. Seek professional help. No, really. If what you're writing is true and your life has turned to hell, then you badly needed professional psychological therapy. There was a time when I considered this, but I do not want to do anything like that. I don't need pills or anything of the sort. My life isn't at its best moment, but it's not hell. My brain is working in a different way, a way that may not be desirable, but I am trying hard to reverse it and to heal myself. Somehow, when things get bad, I always find a way to get back up. I have too many plans. I won't be giving up. Okay, my only personal take on this is you should really consider seeking professional guidance and counsel if shit's happening. That's all I can say. I know it's not affordable for, you know, there's a lot of reasons why some people can't, but in cases like this, I think it's necessary to really consider going there and not saying no, if you have the means to do that. That's peasant mindset you're talking about. You have to have a spoon dedicated to dunking Oreos? I do not have a spoon dedicated to dunking Oreos. What the hell? I'm being called a peasant because I prefer hand dipping my Oreos into my milk. That's not peasant behavior. That's just called being normal. Day 531. Give peace to get peace. When it comes down to what's been happening to me recently, I have not been going about it in the best way possible. Right now, regarding possession, I have always demanded control whenever possible, and I've gotten really worried when I didn't have that control. I was at war with myself, and thus by treating this as a problem, it became a problem. Really, one of the big solutions is peace and respect for myself, being respectful to the possessors, and polite, as in not wrestling for control, actually carried me far very fast. In return, I got respect back. And in my recent days have been a lot less shitty. I'm not worried about how much control I have. I'm just working at being in peace and accepting myself. Right now, letting things flow while being respectful of myself is the best thing I can do for myself right now. Oguigi is still around, and she's kind of hibernating right now. Huh. Well, I mean, it's good that he became at peace with himself. Being at peace with yourself and accepting yourself is honestly a good way to solve a lot of problems. Just saying. March of 2014, day 555. Going to be honest, I don't write many updates anymore. I'm trying to end this with a clean slate, but it's not easy. One of the things I've been doing to accelerate this is abstaining from any tulpamancy related material as possible. Just being reminded of the subject, or even seeing an imagine of a pony makes the left side of my brain go crazy with pressure. I know what the pressure means. My tulpa, and most things related to it, reawakening. I keep this short because of that. I seriously have to limit my exposure to this stuff. Oh, y'all didn't hear that. Sometimes I wonder if anyone else going to have issues. A couple days ago, I checked on other people tulpa progress logs. I could not really find any bad or negative things going on with other people. Is my case unique? Did I just so happen to do everything wrong? Maybe it was the reckless possession I did. Perhaps that was the kicker. I'm not sure if people going to start having problems in the future, and I was just the first. I guess only time will tell. And I think as far as I'm concerned, I believe this story is passed around in the tulpa community, that this is what you should not do when you make a tulpa. You should not make a tulpa for the purpose of having your tulpa take over your body as a way of escaping real life, because that's not fair to your tulpa and not fair to your body and fucks you up. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I heard a Saph fart. Is that what I heard? What the hell? I did not fart. I was mentioning that my phone, like, notification sound went off, and I don't know how sensitive my mic is to that, so there's no farting happening. This is non-fiction? Well, we're assuming that this is real, especially because it took the place over, I don't know, almost 2 years? So if anyone's doing this as a creepypasta, if anyone's doing this as a creepypasta, that's insane. That's some crazy dedication. But tulpamancy is a real thing that people do. I don't know how much people do it nowadays, but it was definitely a big thing back in like 2012s and stuff. Nothing wrong with farts. I don't. It's not a fart. Why you tell me to sniff the mic, Kyra? Exactly, don't be shy, Saph. Own the stinky. Besties, I fart all the time when I stream. I just don't. Usually you don't hear it though, because it's not right next to the microphone. My butt is not next to the microphone. You farted, all good for you, Benjamin. No, that sounds like a creepypasta thing. God, I'm willing to believe this is real. I'm willing to believe this is real because the internet is wild like that. But I don't know. I think a lot of things are potential for reals. I mean, I think ghosts are real, so you know. What do I know? I'm a filthy ghost believer. And aliens. Aliens too. Y'all heard about the UFOs recently? Sus. Don't stare at me. I didn't do anything weird. Okay. Day 569. Back to self. Hey guys, am still around. I have been very hard at work, restoring myself to a state of balance. I've been fighting for months, and I've become stronger and wiser for it. The war is not quite over yet, but the end is now within sight. This time I've been able to use and control my own body has been increasing. I'm able to do more things, and able to resist the negative influences. Sometimes they still get the best of me, but I try to learn from it, and fight longer and harder the next time. Oguigi is still around, and I can still talk to her. We did a test to see if she can still possess me. She can't. Mostly due to me than her. This is actually good news, because possession is one thing I'm trying to undo with myself. Oh yeah, update on day 531. The give peace, get peace stuff didn't work out. I am fighting for 100% control all the time. I'm no longer settling for anything less. Until next time. Oh, he's fighting for himself again. I believe in you. Let's go, Koomer. Day 579, finding myself again. Koomer is not really me. It may sound a bit strange, but just hang in there. I think what Koomer is just one part of me. I think the person I really am is actually a mixture of everything, both the good and the bad. Koomer is like my good self. Ever since the first or second week doing tulpamancy, I have identified my consciousness as him. The problem is that my bad self can no longer be expressed, and pressure starts to build. My good self tries to fight back, under the illusion that it had to protect itself from the bad self, and before you know it, I am at war with myself. The good self cannot hold on control forever. Eventually, feelings and emotions floods over, and before you know it, I'm doing drugs and such. This week I've tried something new. I relaxed. I stopped worrying about the good and the bad, and I just tried to go back to my natural state. I'm quite aware that I screwed up badly with tulpamancy. My main problems came with possession. I lost my identity. That's the main reason why I could not stop it, because I forgot what my true self was. The whole situation was like quicksand, but now I think am closer to returning to my true self than ever before. Wish me luck and pray that I am not wrong. Question on 3/30/2014. Try not to define yourself as anything. It is common for everyone to develop some idea of themselves, but it only makes you think about what you think about, worry about worrying, etc. I can imagine this becomes an even bigger problem when you mess with what life is for you, tulpamancy and other practices. Life is at its best when you do not try to explain it, and selves stop fighting as soon as you stop acknowledging them. So just relax some more. Smiley face. I'll try my best to do that, and whatever else comes to mind. The whole idea is to relax. The whole process will take a while, but I'll just have to remain patient. I don't think I've told anyone about this yet. The dark figures and such don't even exist anymore, and I'm not worried talking about them too. After being exposed to it for so long, I just stopped caring about them and just went on with my everyday task. When I've stopped caring, they came less and less until they just seemed to vanish altogether. My main goal is to get back into working condition. School is something I seriously have to catch up on, and finding a job is definitely in my to-do list. It would be another excuse to get out more and get some fresh air. Yeah, it'll be good to get life back in track, but sounds like he's making progress. Oh shit, jump scare! Jump scare! April 2014! Look at that spooky image. Look at that spooky image. I think of all this entire blog, this is the thing I hate the most. Anyway, that's creepy. This is a funny drawing of one of those dark entities. Seeing stuff like this in real life was much more brutal. Funny that I never really been able to impose my tulpa, but I sure did get the pleasure of seeing these horrors. I don't really have to deal with stuff like this as often as I did in the past. I drew this because I was in the mood to express some of my darker inner feelings. Yeah, dude, if I saw this in real life, I would just shit my pants. I would perish. I think I would die. Just honestly, no. I can't. I don't want to see that shit. I'm already afraid of ghosts. If I see a real one, I'm gonna faint on the spot. Day 613, one step onwards. Alright, another update. I have gained a good amount of weight and back to normal. Now I need to slow down on my diet and focus on healthier foods. I've also tried to exercise some. It's not quite a habit yet, but I've been doing it more often than ever. I've also been experimenting with some supplements to treat depression/anxiety. Also been drinking tons of orange juice and eating chocolate. And they seem to improve my overall mood in the day. I feel closer to my old self than ever before. There might be some risk by taking the supplements. I don't want to be dependent on them. The control I have over my body have been increasing, which is great news. But being too lazy will have me lose control of myself, so staying outdoors and active is key. My tulpa has been in a dormant state. Her influence fades. I feel like Oguigi is reversing back to an idea, a thought, and not an actual entity. But I can still talk to her. It's kinda hard now. And when I do, I can literally feel blood pumping to a certain area of my brain as if to resurrect something. If I wanted to, I could have her back in a few days. But I no longer have that desire nor interest to do that. Until next time. Oh, May of 2014. Changed my Tumblr appearance. I've removed the picture and background theme from my blog and gave out a message that was accurate in the past, but not so much anymore. I believe that this change is a step in the right direction. Question on 5/9/2014. Are you going to delete your blog? I don't want to see the blog that showed me the world of Tulpamancy to disappear, sad face. No, this blog will be around for as long as Tumblr will let it. Day 638, part of the world. It's been almost a month since my last blog post. A good amount of stuff happened since then. I needed to increase my exposure to the outside world. I was cooped up inside my home too much, and this has damaged my mental health and well-being, so I needed a reason, an excuse to go out more. A job was what I needed, but after months of searching and a bit of luck, I'm happy to announce that I got my first job at a fast food restaurant. It's hard work, as accepted. I found out how out of shape I was, both physically and mentally, but whenever I finish my shift, I feel a sense of fulfillment that I haven't felt in a long time. Oguigi is still around. I now know it's impossible for her to ever disappear fully. As long as I remember what Oguigi is and the history of her existence, her core will always be part of my being. The days of isolation are coming to an end. The job is a major start to being part of the physical world once more. Every day I still fight to be the person I want to be. I never give up. I've gotten one message if it's time to wrap things up. Since this blog seems to be less and less about Tulpamancy with each post, this is my answer. No, this blog will go on for until I feel like I've reached a state of true stability, and even then, I'm not sure. Question 5/27/2014. Would you encourage anyone else to create a tulpa? I am considering creating one myself. Having a tulpa is a different way of living. If you value a simple, easygoing life, then I would recommend against it. Because creating a tulpa is anything but stress-free. It requires a lot of work and changes the way your brain works. Once this is done, it's impossible to completely undo. In my personal opinion, I don't think Tulpamancy is worth that. Keep it simple. No need to complicated things. If you really want a escape from everyday life, or if you want to experience something out of this world, try working on lucid dreaming or astral projection. The experience is much more powerful. And I think this is some good advice for anyone who's curious about Tulpamancy after this. Listen to the guy who went through a lot of shit with his Tulpamancy. I do think he has a good point of mind though. But to be fair, it's not like creating tulpas easy anyway. It requires like a lot of meditation. But you know, he has good points to make. If you want to experience fun things, just learn how to lucid dream for real. Because if you lucid dream, you can basically control everything in a state of dream and not get fucked over. So I think that's good. I would like to lucid dream more myself, but alas, I am too lazy to write a dream journal, so I cannot induce that. But it's okay. I am often aware that I'm dreaming most of the time anyway. Anyway, June of 2014. This is a nice picture of him touching grass. A foreign concept. Aftermath of a picnic I had. Still around and going strong. July of 2014. Is that a waffle? Is that chicken and waffles? Guys, is this chicken and waffles to you? I am unsure of what I'm looking at here. I see a knife and a cup of water and what is waffles. But what's the thing on top? Is that chicken and waffles? Yes? Oh, okay. I've never seen them like this. I usually see them on the side. Now with a knife stabbed into them. That looks good though. I kind of want to eat that. If I had something like this, I would have enough calories to last me for the entire year. Oh, same bestie. It does look good though, I'm not gonna lie. Me neither. This seems like a gimmick version. Oh, okay. Yeah. They did say like if I had something like this, so maybe they just found it on Google or something. September of 2014. Day 745. The end. If you've been following this Tumblr, you remember the Day 81 post titled Beginning of the End. Well, 664 days later, it has finally arrived. The end. But it's different. TULPAMANCY is what's ending. Am done. Finished. I've been fooling myself with illusions and playing pretend with myself, all while playing around and abusing the way my mind and brain works. The reality is, Oguigi is a made-up character inspired when I had a major obsession with a show called My Little Pony. I made this character up and gave it life and power by surrendering reason and logic. In the end, a tulpa is no more real than any fiction that exists today. It's an self-imposed illusion with a face and a name. In my case, I was trapped in a corrosive thought maze that took me almost 2 years to recover from. It's time for me to move on. It's over. To everyone else with tulpas, I do not want to offend anyone with this post, but I personally do not believe in TULPAMANCY anymore. TULPAMANCY will not solve life problems, and I strongly discourage it being pushed on anyone else. In a day or two, I am closing this Tumblr. Thank you to the people that have supported me along the way. I will remember these kind messages I got when times was hard. I still feel the after effects of TULPAMANCY influence on my brain, but this will go away eventually. 9/8/2014. One person messaged me and suggested that I should keep this Tumblr up, making sure my story is not forgotten. I actually agree. I will instead just keep this Tumblr as is, so anyone can refer to it and read the whole story. What was originally a progress report will remain up until Tumblr takes it down or something. And that is what we're doing right now. We're reading this entire story, although it's not on Tumblr. I think Tumblr deleted it, so someone had to archive it. November of 2014. Question. Do things to find yourself again and after a year tulpas will seem like a distant memory. After all, you finally realize that a tulpa is not what it seems to be, and I'm sure the community will follow. Best regards, your true friend, Blue Sleeve. Yes and no. I still feel the after effects, even after the fact that I stopped believing in tulpas. I still feel the effects of possession. I still feel stuck in my head sometimes, and the dark thoughts I have still are not fully gone. Tulpas or not, my brain have not undone what I have done to it. There's no off switch. It's a healing process that would take a while. I'm hoping that it won't take years, but that's a possibility. Emotionally, when I think back to everything I've done, I can't help but to feel shame and embarrassment, and I regret ignoring my doubts when I first started. I should have stopped in the first week. Remainder of posts. Happy 2015. 12/31/2014. I am still alive and kicking. I feel better than I have for a long while. All the stuff related to TULPAMANCY is becoming more and more a thing of the past. I simply feel stronger. It's starting to just fade away into nothingness as I continue to live life. Happy 2016. Well, January 1st of 2016. Another annual posting. I'm still alive. 2017. February 3rd of 2017. Still around. 2018. December 31st of 2017. No text. Okay. Now we have extra stories by other people. These are found on Reddit, I believe. So we will go ahead and we will read these. There's only 4 more sections left. Actually 3. But there's only a few sections left. So let's get right through them. My story about Koomer and Oguigi from r/tulpas by user Tungan Ninja. Replying to a thread about the most controversial tulpamancer is, I found out I couldn't answer in just a few words. Eventually, I wrote this. I had a close relationship to Koomer and Oguigi, and I wanted to share my story. I implore anyone else who communicated with him to share their experiences as well. The tragic story of Koomer and his tulpa Oguigi perfectly outlines what not to do when making a tulpa. It all started 4 years before today. Surprisingly, we both found tulpas from the same obscure comment on femfiction.net that linked to tulpa.info. The commenter was proselytizing about the wonders of tulpas, and to the readers of a dark story about imaginary friends, it sounded like a good idea. I was deeply perplexed. Followed the rabbit hole, and the rest is history. Even though I came from a brony website, I found it unnerving to see so many people creating sexed up ponies, people that I could intuitively tell were not respecting their tulpas or themselves. Maybe my interest in the show was not as strong, enough to read fanfiction, I guess. But it was never at the point where I wanted to ponify anything, let alone escape into that sort of world. At the time, admittedly, anime was my escape. I was set on an anima/animus approach to tulpamancy, still am, and recognized it as just a preference. But creating a pony for sex crossed the line a smidge. Koomer took it a step further. He married one in his mind. Beyond mere love, it was a desperate infatuation. He started his journal about 4 days before I started mine, and I got to develop a rapport with him. Eventually, I would read his daily updates as a routine because they were so interesting. Soon you will know why. I'd say he was a socially lucid individual at the beginning, relatively overweight with a lisp in his voice, but otherwise physically normal. Boy, oh boy, did things go downhill real fast. You see, we started at the same time, but he was developing Oguigi at a superbly fast rate. I recall a series of PMs over the months where I would ask him for advice about possession or imposition, and he would give it in kind. He contributed to the forums with his constant presence, and also many threads of his own. Koomer's desire to be successful at tulpamancy was very strong, and he put a lot of time into it. He had a solid presence of his tulpa, and was already possessing at the end of the first week. That was the problem. And yeah, here if you make a tulpa really fast, that's bad. That's really bad. It shouldn't take that fast. In hindsight, it became clear that Koomer didn't want to live his life at all. He wanted someone to take it over from him. I used to relate far more than I would like to admit to that sentiment, but I have always advocated a shared control approach to tulpamancy. His modus operandi was to forfeit the wheel to his tulpa and sit in the cold, black baby seat of languidness. He was a master of tulpamancy because he was a master of disassociation. He continued working hard towards his twisted goal. Oguigi was receptive to this. She cared deeply about Koomer and wanted to become the dominant personality so that she could protect him. Oguigi's possession became more durable and reaching. His control of the body began to cool. Switching occurred not long after. She became increasingly dominant, and he regressed to being a tulpa. In his journal, he describes his fading sense of touch and the growing disconnect between him and the waking world. With no wonderland, his presence was critically deprived of time and sensation. At about this time, I was vacationing in Florida for the summer and had a chance to meet Koomer and Oguigi. The guy was living in the West Keys, but he didn't seem like much of a beachgoer. The body was young, about 21 or 22, but he was clearly not exercising enough and had an air of awkwardness about him. Oguigi as the dominant personality was great. She was strong-willed, undoubtedly by necessity, perceptive, energetic, and I kid you not, could write English 10 times better than Koomer could. I chalk it up to the body having the knowledge, and actually caring enough to use it. I found this short meeting to be enlightening, but I could hardly have anticipated what happened to him in the months following. Leaving a body-sized vacuum to be filled by a completely inexperienced and young tulpa only invites trouble. His recording of his journal gets really irregular at this point. They never learned to deal with invasive thoughts very well, and these thoughts were free to roam as much as they maliciously pleased. Those invasive thoughts set off the drug use, increasingly reckless behavior, arguably reckless from the start, but you know what I'm saying. Self-harm and later full-blown psychosis. Eventually he hit rock bottom, and it forced him to get help. His reaction to his history became revisionist and denialist. Now he rejects anything related to plurality, and I honestly can't blame him for it. He knows how bad he fucked up. He cared so much for Oguigi, but then she was gone. I believe he merged with all the personalities inside his body that he found cooperative and never looked back. It fucked up his life so bad he only recently got back on track with his health and career, as he explains in his annual State of the Union address to let everyone know he's still alive. I ponder about my time in the tulpa community, and it almost makes me glad I fizzled out of the tulpamancy after half a year, because I can come back to it today with a great social life and a more mature mindset. I can approach tulpamancy with a level head now, without feeling desperate or in a hurry. And that's the moral of this story. Tulpamancy is not a crutch. It is an umbrella. You don't push it down, you hold it up. If you treat it like a crutch, you will fall on it from overuse. If you treat it like an umbrella, then you'll stay dry, even when the rain falls. Hey Jay, how are you doing? Welcome! We are about finishing up here. You guys want to see the Oguigi and Koomer possession starter guide? You want to know how to get possessed? With your tulpa? Let's go! Let's go. I awaken. Hello, Stormer. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. I am unsure if you woke up from a nap or from sleep, but you know, it'd be like that. But hello, Stormer. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Alright, let's read the Oguigi and Koomer Possession Starter Guide. Co-authors / editors: Choopy, Waffles, Link, Zelda. Hey, that's almost the same. That's a ship name right there. Afternoon, a little bit of both. Hey, let's go. That's me too, and I'm doing fine. Glad to hear it. Well, welcome. We are actually almost done here. We only have this possession starter guide, and then we have an AMA by Koomer himself, and then that's it. That's it for today. It's gonna be a really short stream today, which is good. Disclaimer. Oh, I have to speak as Oguigi? Oh god, okay. Alright, hold on. Give me a hot second while we get this. Okay, I'm gonna pretend to be a cute angel for this, even though we all know I am anything but an angel. Disclaimer. Hello, my name is Oguigi and I am Koomer's Tulpa. This guide describes my way of doing possession. Please be considerate of you and your Tulpa's safety and never overwork yourself or your Tulpa. Be patient and train in a safe and private area, and please acknowledge that the advice I give may not apply to everyone. The mind is an abstract place, and there is no single way to do things. This guide is somewhat experimental, but Koomer and I hope that this method will help those who are struggling to achieve possession. Koomer. Possession is a very useful skill that allows your Tulpa to influence the physical world directly by moving and controlling your body. It can also be fun. Tulpae can play games with you, learn to speak with your body, as well as type and write. This is a great way of giving them a portal to the outside world. The following is written by my Tulpa, Oguigi. She will explain and give details and give helpful tips on possession. Back to this again. Yeah, the angel emotes, that's me for real. To hosts, before you start possession, I strongly recommend that your Tulpa be able to communicate with you reliably. Because you know, communication is key no matter, even if it's all in your head, communication is pog. Because of the nature of possession, be sure to read this guide with your Tulpa. What I am about to write is aimed at Tulpae because we are the ones primarily responsible for whether possession works or not. The host role is to relax their body and let us attempt to assume control over it, to coach us on how to move each body part, and to encourage us to try our best. The very first thing you need to be able to do is to have some kind of awareness of your host's body. It's very important that you experience what they see, hear, feel, taste, etc. as they do. You need to relax your... Oh my god, who's speaking so hard, you guys? You need to relax yourself and tune out your own surroundings. Then focus on your host's body. Make sure your host knows what you're doing so they can relax their body and not move. Focus on a simple part of the body, like the index finger. Assume that body part is now yours, and try to gain awareness of this body part. Note, this sometimes makes me feel a little tingling or numbness in the part the Tulpa is focusing on. Choopy. When you are focused, try to move it. Imagine that you are doing so. If this is your first time, the body might reject your commands to make it move. This is normal. Even on your first try, it might be possible for the index finger to move a couple millimeters in the direction you want. Your host may notice that the finger clicks. This is pretty much the smallest amount of a muscle movement possible. If the host detects these movements, please make sure that he or she tells you and knows that these movements came from you. Most hosts can only give up a small fraction of their day for this. You can still train possession, even when you're not controlling your host's body. We Tulpae come in all shapes and forms, but for training possession while not using the physical body, you'll want to assume a temporary form that is similar to your host's body. Anything that's human/humanoid is good enough. For some, being in the humanoid body might be strange at first, but the key is to get used to it. The brain has some magical ways of making things work. The way you move the toes, fingers, arms, and legs in your new humanoid body will be almost identical to the way you would try to move your host body during possession. If you already have a human form, that's great! All you need to do is keep possession in mind whenever you're moving any part of your body. My throat.
Keep twining and moving around in your humanoid body with the goal of possession in mind. Twining usually takes many hours, so please be patient. You should always have a set time to twain possession with your host and should attempt this at least once a day. If possible, you should set it at the same time each day to gauge your progress on a daily basis, which is very helpful. I strongly discourage using random times, random days, or when you feel like it. Some extra tips. Drink? Yeah, I should drink.
Did I drink some alcohol? No, I'm just kidding. Oh.
Some extra tips. Tips. If you have a decent awareness of your host's body, whenever he or she moves throughout the day, pay close attention to the way the body moves. When you are learning some of the more advanced things like walking, you must remember that the physical body does a lot of things automatically. This includes balance, so don't be afraid to walk with the host's body. If you're worried about falling, then train in a grassy area or otherwise a soft area. Everything is a team effort. Hosts, if you cannot do possession, it's not your fault. Your Tulpa plays the most important role, and all you can do is point him or her in the right direction. Hopefully, this guide will kickstart your efforts to get possession working, but everyone is different. Some host bodies are very agreeable to our will, while others might be very stubborn. Some Tulpa will work on possession all day long, while others will put it as a side project. All of these variables will affect how quickly full body possession can be achieved.
Rum, beer, quest of mead. These are the things that a pirate needs. Oh my god. Another sip. Okay, the thing here with me talking in Uwu voice is that I actually feel my tongue drying up, and that's kind of weird. My tongue usually doesn't dry up. Why the fuck? Anyway.
Troubleshooting and guide clarification. This is only to add on to the main guide and is not in any way a replacement. Always read the main guide first. Make sure that all of your Tulpa's attention is on the body. He or she must fully tune out the wonderland/mind/imposed environment and shift their focus to the body. You can have your Tulpa focus on the body senses such as hearing, taste, and most importantly, sight. If you are sitting down on a chair, make sure your Tulpa gets that same feedback. He or she should feel a chair underneath the body. Your Tulpa need to change his or her perspective. They are not watching the body anymore. They are the body. Your Tulpa need to assume the body is theirs, just like how they have a sense of ownership of their Wonderland bodies. Move your arm around a bit like yourself. From your Tulpa's perspective, the body should feel like it's moving on its own. If you can talk to your Tulpa, then try to confirm this. Otherwise, you can skip this step. Now, rest your dominant hand on your lap or on your desk or whatever else you prefer. Tell your Tulpa that the hand is theirs and it's a part of their being. Ask him or her to try moving the index finger, and they will move the finger like it belongs to them. That means no thinking about moving it. They will move this finger in the same nature as they will move their Wonderland bodies, by direct command, just like how a host will move their body. Even if the body don't move at first, just keep pressing on. Once your Tulpa get past that initial resistance of moving any part of the body, it will become much easier to maintain that control. As for the host, they need to try their best not to interfere. After your Tulpa has moved the finger, don't try to take back control or move it under your will in any way. Doing this reinforces all the resistance that Tulpa had to get through in order to gain control of the part in the first place. Thank you for reading this guide. Please try my methods and see if they works for you, and report back your results. Don't hesitate to provide any feedback on this guide you might have. If you are struggling, then please state your problem in this thread. I can then provide some extra assistance for your case. Oguigi.
I'm done. I'm done. Thank you for another hydrate. Now I'll do another hydrate, and then this is the last big section here. Reddit AMA of 2019, and this thread is actually still active in case anyone's curious. If you just Google Koomer Oguigi Reddit, this will actually show up as one of the top results. So throwaway account. Yes, am that guy who made Oguigi. If proof is requested, I might share a thing or two with the mod, nothing more. Hopefully I'm not breaking Rule 2, vague title and content. This is my final bit of communication to the community, as I've removed my Tumblr some time ago. Guess the only purpose of posting here is to put on the record that I am still alive and in decent health. My last yearly update since I stopped TULPAMANCY. I understand this is Reddit. I will answer a few questions that are within reason. This will be the one and only time I will answer them. I'll be checking over the next few days. And I believe a mod replied to this saying that it's the dude, so. Questions. I have been making an ebook version of your old Tumblr blog here. Can I continue doing this? I want to release this free to the web. Here is the backup of your blog I made it from. I have no issue. I'm actually surprised you went to the effort to do this. I was pretty messy writing my diary, so to have someone clean it up is a great service. Glad to hear that you're alive and well. What was the biggest mistake you think? What would you warn people against doing? Abusing TULPAMANCY for trying to escape my hardships of the time. During 2012, I guess TULPAMANCY was seen as a cure to get what you want, what you want and achieve your fantasies. I also regret overdoing possession in the attempt for a true switch that left lasting damage. What do you have to say about statements that you had schizophrenia and that your use of drugs caused many of your problems? I can say that I was mentally normal. I didn't have schizophrenia before I started. I would say that after about a couple of months, my mind was started to going downhill. The drugs happened a little while later. It was at first in an attempt to amplify my TULPAMANCY in the attempt to switch, but then as my mental health got worse, it was used as a way to escape, and that just made things worse. What drove you to make this post? I find it odd that I spent a few years out of Tulpas and you make your post at the exact same time I decided to look back into it. And by exact, I mean you made your post when I started looking and I found it a bit later, 15 minutes to be exact. I'm kind of a weird question, but you know, whatever. Well, to me, it was a feeling of an unfinished business, a ball I dropped that should be picked up. Closure. I knew my story had a bad ending, but like every year, I wanted the community to know that I am alive, recovering, and in decent health. But this time is really the last. Wanted to give the community at least one chance to communicate with me. First off, I just need to say that your case seriously fascinated me when I first read it and inspired me to air caution to newer TULPAMANCers. Really, you were just the perfect example that TULPAMANCY can and has gone wrong, given the right circumstances. No offense, obviously. So thanks for originally sharing your blog. Anyway, one question I'm not sure if anyone asked is what events do you think led you to dissipating Oguigi? Like minor things, major things, and you can of course leave over personal details out. I'm just curious as to what led to things turning out how they did. Well, it happened after an incident. I then felt I went too far and had to stop before I destroyed myself. Dissipating Oguigi. It's not a sudden thing. The process took years. But to be honest, it's a process of starving a certain part of your mind. You are not feeding that side of you with any more energy. But it can never truly die. It never really disappear. You can bring it back if you desired. It's always will be a part of you that you must live with. Hi Koomer, I'm pleased that you're doing well. You may remember I'm Plebe's secretary from Topa.info ? I always had a bit of a hero feeling for Oguigi Tsuma. Oh, Oguigi has a last name? Wild. I recently discovered that I've come to look like her a bit over time. Edit, I think it's fine for a title, don't worry so much. Yes, I'm a mod here now. Edit, yeah, I had the advantage of a supportive family. It makes a huge difference. I'm just treated as another family member. I'm just one of many and not seen as unusual, though I am kind of the most well-known and least secretive. I personally think that Tulpas are an illusion. However, I obviously think and behave far differently to Kevin. It's a mystery. Hey Nobilis, I vaguely remember you. I believe we was part of the original 2012 group. I see that you have strike a good balance with TULPAMANCY. I'm happy to see that you are well. I remember the entire story with you and Oguigi, sorry if I misspelled that, was the one big thing that kept me from really attempting the same, so I'm sorry it happened to you. But also, thank you for being able to show people how things can go wrong if left unchecked. My main question is, what are you up to now? It does seem like you are
much better in mental health since it all went down, but I can imagine that dark place still calls for you. And if so, then know that I believe in you. Other question. If you were given an option where you could go back and choose to attempt it again with what you know now, or to avoid it before it began, what would you choose? I'm up to a few things. I'm doing a lot. I have recently finished university and got a bachelor's degree. Hey, let's go. Got a decent internship a couple weeks ago, studying for my master's and trying to learn Spanish as my second language. For the second question, not do it. If I could go back, I would have avoided it. The fallout from doing it held me back hard. It wasn't for me. Should have just gone into another MMO game or something at the time. What would you do differently if you could go back? Not trying to make any attempts to bring tulpamancy into the real world, imposing / possession / switching. I would have kept it in my mind. If I did that, things would have been different. Any recommendations to the people on here based on your experiences? Well, my honest opinion is this. Tulpamancy can be used to support you in hard times, but do it in moderation. Do not get greedy. The real goal is to is to use tulpamancy as a form of therapy from your mental and perhaps spiritual well-being. Follow that and you will live a better life during and after tulpamancy. How do you feel about people using your story as an example? If you wanted to tell your story as a warning to others, how would you say the moral? I don't feel bad, and I'm actually glad that my story has maybe helped others from making the same mistakes I have. I don't have a set moral of the story in mind. The moral is different depending on how you see the story. I can't imagine what you had to endure and how much time and effort you needed to recover after everything went downhill. That being said, I can't do anything but wonder why you would come back. I understand the status update, but why the questions? I don't want to leave you hanging and not respond, but I can't really give a clear answer as to the why. A few days ago, I answered a similar question to this. Closure is the best answer I can give. Doing this is my way of having closure and putting the thing to rest for real, because I won't be doing any more updates after this post dies down. Would you consider doing a podcast with me? Thanks for the offer, but I won't do that. The current level of communication is as far as I go. Darn, no podcast, you guys. And with that, thanks from the editors. Hello, we are the editors of this ebook Within. We thought that this ebook would serve as a proper way to archive Koomer's experiences with tulpamancy and that they can be learned from, even by people who have no intention of going through the process of tulpamancy. I hope this ebook was useful somehow, even if just as a reference. Be well, creator. And with that, that is it for the story of Koomer and Oguigi. So basically, shit happened. It started off with good prospects. It started off with a man who just wanted to escape from reality, to use tulpamancy. I missed part of it, what went wrong. So basically the man wanted to escape reality, and he used tulpamancy as a way to basically try to achieve that. And it turns out you shouldn't do that because you're fucking with your mind and you might lose your true self. So for everyone who is considering possibly getting into tulpamancy, use Koomer and Oguigi as a warning story of what not to do when you make a tulpa. You should have a tulpa as a companion and not to take over your life, because that's bad. Your life is your own mental state is your own, and even if life gets shit sometimes, hang in there, it gets better. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm glad to hear that Koomer is doing better now, although they did say that Koomer is not what they identify with anymore, but you know. I'm glad to hear that they have improved since then, so that's good. Hopefully they're doing good, because that last post was in 2019. So it's been, what, 3 to 4 years? Hopefully they're doing well. And yeah. That's about it for today. So anyone got any other questions they want to go through? Because that's kind of my final thoughts. Oh, actually, wait. I do have one extra thing that I want to know. The reason I even found out about the story is actually because I watched a playthrough of this game called I believe it's called Who's Lila.
And I believe, hold on, let me just look that up really quick, because I'm pretty sure that's what the indie game is called, is Who's Lila? Yeah, Who's Lila? And this game was pretty interesting. I only saw it because of I watched Manly Badass Hero play it, and he mentioned this story. He mentioned the Koomer and Oguigi story when he was playing it, because he believes that that's what this game is inspired by, which I don't know if it's confirmed or not. It could be. But basically, Who's Lila is an indie game. It's horror, like psychological horror, I think. And I believe the deeper lore behind it, and also sorry if this is spoilers, is it's about tulpas, or potentially a tulpa. So it's pretty cool. And that's the only reason I even found out about this story of Koomer and Oguigi, is thanks to Manly Badass Hero playing that game and mentioning it as what he thought the inspiration of the game was. So yeah, y'all should check out Manly Badass Hero. But no, for real though, it's a pretty interesting story, and I can see how like it can seem like it's kind of fiction-y. Like, it doesn't sound too realistic. Like, you know, just the prospect of just imagining that you can, like, create an entity in your mind that soon fucks you up. But I guess the only good part here is, though, is that I'm glad to hear that in this story, Oguigi wasn't actually a bad entity. Oguigi just sounded like she cared a lot about her host and wanted to accommodate his wishes for not wanting to exist in the real world, and kind of wanted to take a backseat on life. And you know, she relinquished control when the time was right. So I think that's really good, because I was honestly worried that like it was just gonna be Oguigi taking over his body, and then we would never see Koomer ever again. Because if it was a regular creepypasta, that's how it would go, you know? If it was gonna be a regular creepypasta, it would have been like, oh, so I found this thing called tulpas. Oh, I created this tulpa. Oh, the tulpa wants to take over my body. Oh god, the tulpa took over my body and I don't exist anymore. Woo! Because that's literally what would have happened if it just went like every other creepypasta out there. It wouldn't have resolved itself in a way. Like it'd just be Jeff the Killer, but it would just be tulpas. It'll just be tulpa goes on a rampage and takes over host body and then never gives it back, and then becomes a serial murderer, but creepypasta land, you know? But does this even count as a creepypasta? I don't think so. I actually do believe this is a real story. I believe this is not a creepypasta. Some people think it might be a creepypasta because it kind of sounds a little bit out there, but I don't think it's a creepypasta. But then again, I have seen a story on creepypasta that isn't actually creepy. It's actually kind of wholesome, ? So the definition of creepypasta these days is kind of stretched. Or at least it wouldn't be like, you know, Slender Man or Jeff the Killer or anything like that. So, but yeah, I personally don't think this is a creepypasta though. I think this is like legit, just like an actual, like, you know, someone's blog. I do think this is fiction. All right, cardboard. It's not fiction though, because seriously, tulpa.info exists. There's people out there who do this tulpamancy things. I really don't think it's fiction. Unless you're just saying a whole bunch of people are living a fictional reality and pretending it's real, like online LARPing, but like ORPing, because it's not live action LARPing. It's like it's just role playing online. They probably believe it's real, yeah. Like, you know, if they want to believe it's real, that's one thing. Like, I'm not trying to be here being like convincing you guys tulpas are actually real and like you can actually make an imaginary sentient friend in your mind that can take over your body and you can impose into reality. I really think that human minds are actually really powerful that you if you strongly believe in something, you can imagine it's real. Will other people be able to see it? Probably not. It's probably just I don't think it's gone to that state. Also, isn't there like a game or like an anime about this where like your thoughts come into like reality? Isn't there a movie about that? I feel like I've just seen it, but whatever. But like, you know, in this case, it's isolated to yourself. Manifesting cat girls right now. Hey, yo. Alright, I'm ignorant. This could be some kind of self-induced schizophrenia / dissociation disorder, but I don't think the real answer is no way as mystical as people might perceive this as. Yeah. I don't think this is like actual like mystical, like spiritual, like holiness came from the gods kind of thing. This is definitely stuff. If you research into the tulpa community and like people who don't who don't believe in the tulpas, they also believe that it's like self-induced schizophrenia or dissociation. There have been a lot of claims for that, and the tulpa community strongly thinks that that's not true, that doesn't happen if you do things safely and properly. I think in this case, in Koomer and Oguigi's case, that is basically what happened. I do think that he self-induced mental disorders, because I don't think they had that beforehand. I think all they had before was like depression and anxiety probably, but after they made the tulpa and like believed so strongly in it that shit happened, I do think they went the wrong path. But I think if you do things healthily, I think if you do things in a way where you don't basically like separate your real self from like your whole body entirely, then like, you know, you'll be fine. it might be a little weird, because it's kind of like at that point you're kind of bordering like, I don't know, DID, where you have a second personality, but it's not that either, because it's not caused by trauma. So 10 out of 10 storytelling. Oh, thank you. I mean, I just read everything, but I read the Wikipedia article on it. Demographic info: they belong to primarily urban, middle-class, Euro-American, adolescent, and young adult demographics. Which reminds me of voodoo possession. I don't know anything about voodoo possession. But yeah. And you know what? I think it's actually really funny that you brought up that, because like, that's the My Little Pony fandom. The ones who are very vocal, that's the My Little Pony fandom right there. But you know, yeah, I'm not saying all My Little Pony fandom was like that, but the ones who are very vocal, yeah. But I mean, considering this got popular from like fucking, I don't know, 4chan, I'm not surprised weird shit happened. Not a lot of good things come from 4chan. I mean, tulpa has existed before 4chan, but 4chan kind of like, I don't know, spread it around, kind of like, I think they're trolling, and then some people actually fell for it. So, but like the people who are like, I don't know, most mentally prone, vulnerable to falling for it. Your voice is relaxing, soothing to listen to, something like that. Oh, thank you! That is exactly why I wanted to do some YouTube streams, or like where I just read and stuff, because a lot of people have said my voice is really like, I don't know, like good to listen to. People have told me they can see me doing like, I don't know, audiobooks or something. So I'm just like, yeah, okay, well, I guess I can capitalize that and just do some chill reading streams, because I don't have a chance to do that when I stream games, because I'm fucking yelling half the time. But thank you, Bayer. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. I'm glad to hear it. And I hope, you know, things keep going the way they are. Oh, can you DM me on Twitter? I can't DM anyone at all. I DK if it's just me or not. Oh, you haven't heard about what they did with Twitter? Yeah, they got rid of the DM function on Twitter itself, like on the Twitter profile. But what you basically have to do is you have to go to your messages and then type in the name of someone you want to DM, and then just DM them that way. I don't think it's rolled out for everyone though, because mine hasn't rolled out that way. I still have the DM function, but some people don't. So I think they're testing something. Because I know some people have like the verified views too, and I don't have that, so I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Even if I do that, no one pops up. Okay, I'll DM you. I'll DM you, Byron. Hopefully you can see the message. I mean, I could try doing that right now. Actually, just pull you up really quick. Voodoo was actually studied in my classes. Oh, really? Wait, Cardboard, you said you did like psychology, right? Is that how you guys got to study it? I remember there was an aspect of brief possession that's in line with their spiritualism. Huh. That is wild. Anyway, let me send you a DM right now. Okay, I just sent you a DM. Hopefully you see it. But I'm just letting you know here. Just so that way you're not like, you know, if you somehow don't see it, then then we know Twitter's just fucking up. I go and type in a username and I get there's no one here. That's kind of ominous. You know what? You can make a creepypasta out of that. Just be like, the day I was isolated on Twitter. Everyone was covered in blood red. I go to their profiles. Everything's blank. It's a black page. I could see their name, their bio, and everything. Their profile pictures were covered in blood. Their tweets were covered in blood. Everything was cracked. Everything was glitchy. Literally, it's just the formula for a creepypasta. Sorry. Anyway. Yeah, I think it was one of my psych courses. If I really want to know, I could dig through my notebooks again. You don't have to dig through your notebooks, but yeah. No, that's interesting though. I honestly was contemplating having a psych minor when I did college, because there's a lot of fun, interesting things about psychology. It's like, and people are wild. Like what you can do with people, like with their minds, just alone with their minds, there's some crazy stuff there, and it's pretty cool. Some DMs I literally haven't seen. Oh damn. I'm always worried that someone's trying to DM me and I just never see it, but you know, it's fine. There's a lot more writing than expected. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, and that's why I kind of didn't go with it. Also because I didn't have any time for it. But yeah, because like you would imagine there'd be more science, but nah, it's just a lot of writing. A lot of essays. But yeah, some good stuff. Let's see what else. But yeah, so I really do think that you can do a lot of things with your mind. If you want to project, like astral project, or like hallucinate that imaginary person or being is there in front of you, I imagine if you really practiced and meditated and really focused on it, you can make that happen for yourself. Other people won't be able to see it. Other people might think you're crazy. But I strongly believe that if you really strongly believe in something, that is within your mental willpower to do. Like, you can't just like will yourself to like, you know, heal yourself, you know? Like, you can't just be like, oh, I have this gaping wound in my stomach. Oh, let me just mind fix that. Like, no, that's not how that works. But if you want to, you know, make mind things happen, like, hey, I'm gonna go hear voices today, I imagine if you really wanted to, you can induce that yourself. And whether it's good or not is just ultimately how you do things and what you take out of it. I feel like there are more things that are more productive than others, but, you know, brain power, yeah, no, pretty much though. So I feel like with Tulpas, I think that people spreading the word of Tulpas is probably good if you want to, you know, tell people more about Tulpas, have a community around of making Tulpas, but just be careful. Because it can easily go wrong, especially if you use it for the wrong reasons, like we have heard today in Koomer Oguigi's story. But yeah, I do believe there is some merit though, to everything. So, but this is just a good story for us to hear about, because honestly, I've always been kind of curious to see how that played out, especially after I saw that one game that I believe is about Tulpas, and probably inspired by the story. Because I was just kind of like, how bad can the story get? And I mean, it didn't get too terrible. There's no like graphic details or anything, but I think that's also because it came from like basically like an amateur blogger kind of style of things. I don't think this is fiction. I still do believe this is someone's reality. But I'm just glad that, you know, they're doing well. And if it is all just fiction, well, I have to applaud them for their dedication, because honestly, 2 years of running a blog and then doing occasional updates every now and then, and like in with especially as that many texts, that's some dedication. I can't fucking do that, but you know. can't remember where I saw the story. Some guy was doing a test. He described it as meditating and clearing his mind, making his body empty, 100% void. Then his body started shutting down. He was what? So he did it. So did he do a test and then just unalived himself? Is that what you mean by body started shutting down? That's wild. I mean, yeah, I guess if you really thought about that, I think you could do harm to your body. But I don't shut down doing a test, guys. Everything will be fine. I promise. It's one thing if you want to clear your mind during a test, during a stressful situation, but they tried resuscitating him, but he died of natural causes. That is wild. Also, wait, I just realized some of my chat isn't showing up, but it's showing up in the chat. What the hell? Oh no. That's so weird. Okay, I might be missing some more text. Okay, sorry if some people have tried sending messages and I didn't see it in that, because I've been looking at the chat over in OBS, but it turns out that I'm looking at my chat down here. Well, it's actually more up in Stream Elements. It's more up to date than the actual thing. What the hell? What the? That's so weird. That's trippy. Anyway, actually, you can will yourself to die. Natural causes happen. Okay. But I feel like it's easier to will yourself to unalive than it is to will yourself to alive through a bad situation. So OBS chat has been lagging for me, and just in general. But yeah, no, OBS chat is lagging for me. Even on YouTube, even on the site, even on YouTube itself is lagging for me. Because that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at my phone. I'm looking at my YouTube chat over there. I don't see your other messages. Stream Elements is the only one that got it. What the hell? YouTube is tripping out. YouTube is tripping out. Well, I apologize in advance if anyone sent messages earlier and I just didn't see it. The chat on screen is faster than my chat box widget in OBS. Yeah, that's weird. Actually, for me, it's not faster, but it just seems like only some messages go through on the actual YouTube chat. That's so weird. Well, anyway. But yeah, that's it for Koomer and Oguigi, and I don't think I have anything more to add to it, honestly. For me, it's like 30 seconds faster. Holy shit, 30 seconds? That's wild. For me, there's a delay on what I see on the chat and then that. But yeah, just like it seems like most messages go through, but occasionally there's like a line or two lost, which is kind of weird. I don't know. I heard YouTube's been going through some issues today from when I was listening to other streamers, so whatevs. It be like that. But yeah, okay. That's it for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for dropping by and hanging out. I don't know what to do for next stream that we do for another late night reading. Do you guys want more creepypastas, or do you want me to do like like SCPs, or like what is it? We have creepypastas, SCPs, or I can even do public archive books. I just need things that are publicly available and not gonna get me copyright struck. My Immortal? Oh, wait, I can do My Immortal. I don't think anyone's gonna copyright strike me for that one, right? More Pasta Chef? What is Pasta Chef? Not My Immortal, please? Why not? You don't want a My Immortal reading? League of Legends fanfics? Okay, no. I can't do fanfics that aren't mine, minus My Immortal. Because if I do any fanfics that aren't mine, the authors have full rights to copyright strike me. My Immortal though is I think that's an exception because everyone memes on it, so My Immortal will kill me of cringe. That sounds like a good idea. Okay, I'm gonna do My Immortal next week then. and then we'll figure out what kind of stuff I want to do afterwards. There might be a break soon though, because like let's see. Yeah, there might be a break actually. So next stream will be my last YouTube stream for like at least a week or two, because starting on the week of the 26th, I will be starting up my subathon or subathon related things, and then the week after I go on vacation for like a week. So So yeah, next year will be my last one for a bit, and then I will go ahead and do subathon stuff over on Twitch in case anyone's curious. Subathon things, and then I will also do a Discord reading, I believe the 26th. I'll 26th or the 27th, I'll do a Discord reading. Of me reading my fan fictions, you know, my spaghetti and meatballs, and I found a fan fiction I really want to read, so that's gonna be a Discord reading. It's also NSFW. Hi, Reed. Hello. I remember the times I used to browse DeviantArt daily for stories. Oh my god, Vyara, same. My first ever fan fiction I ever read was on fucking DeviantArt. And it was bad. I don't even know. It was a lemon story. Fitting that Reed's here. It was a lemon story, and wait, why is there a Reed and then a lemon Reed? What? Who is the fake Reed here? Anyway, so I read a lemon story, and I was fucking like 14. I didn't know how anything worked in the lemon story. I thought what I imagined in my head was not what happened to the story. If I read that story now, yeah, I would see it as the way the author intended it. But since I was innocent back in the day, that what I thought was completely inaccurate. It's not how people do things. People don't put two sausages together and somehow it works out. That is not a thing. That is a very specific fetish. Anyway. I'm a hardcore dragon simp. That pretty much is obvious. I used to browse daily for dragon. Aha! Just because they're very different. Very well written stories. Ah, I see. What if both are real? Oh my god, Reed has an alt just for this pog. But yeah, I was stupid when I was young, okay? Also because there's no sex education. Not like there was gonna be any anyway for how two dudes do it, because, you know, homophobic stuff back in the day. You know, conservative, they were gonna teach kids that. But but you know, those were fun times. I even printed out that fan fiction. I wish it was still on DeviantArt, but I swear to God, I looked for it. I could not find it. I could not find it on DeviantArt anymore. I did print it out though, and showed it to my friends in middle school. I was cringe. You'd have to dig through LiveJournal to find lemon/lime guides. Oh god, guides. I never even touched LiveJournal my entire life. But yeah, DeviantArt was the first fanfiction I've ever read on DeviantArt. And then since then I fucking graduated over to Archive of Our Own. Amazing. On fanfiction.net too for a time, I think. But yeah. Yeah. Wild stuff. Safta cringy. I'm not cringe. Don't call me cringe. I'm perfectly normal. Oh, and I see your comment again. Oh, damn, they're really sniping your comments though. Ah, but yeah, I've never read any fan fictions for that kind of particular, you know. but yeah, ours pretty poggies though. Anyway, oh, okay, I think that is it for me today. Thank you guys so much for dropping by and hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I hope you learned a lot about tulpamancy and what not to do if you want to be a tulpamancer. But I personally, I would not recommend it unless you like the whole meditation aspect of it. And if you do it, take your time with it. Look up at the guides. Look up to the senpais in the tulpamancing community, because I still believe, I do think there is a small, well-knit community there, but just don't do it trying to make a pony waifu that you can fuck at. That's not how it works. Anyway, I didn't call you cringe, you called yourself cringe. Okay, you know what, fair. Team Everreading, thank you, and I will see you guys next week. We'll do some My Immortal next week, and I will try to read as much as I can. I think there's actually quite a lot for it though, isn't there? Because I remember I saw like Internet Historian like
do readings of it, and like, didn't they take like 4 hours to read it?
Okay, I probably won't get through all of My Immortal, but I'll get through at least like some of it. But yeah, what is My Immortal? Oh, Maya, you're in for a treat. It's basically an infamous, really cringe Harry Potter self-insert fanfic. It's amazing. Yeah, it's really infamous though. A lot of people make fun of it. And I'm gonna read everything literally. I will do all the typos literally. I tried meditation techniques, 0 out of 10, saw my future wife dying in childbirth and my future boyfriend there. Wait, but you saw the future. I think that's a 10 out of 10, even if it's terrible. It was so bad to read. I got rough to read after the first only the first chapter read? Not a real one, homie. Not a real one. Don't worry. I'll read through the cringe for everybody next week. It'll be Pog. SMH. Okay, Reed, I get you have standards for your reading, but sometimes you just gotta wallow in how cringe and badly written everything is, okay? But no, I'm looking forward to it though. I'll see you guys next week. But thank you guys so much again for hanging out. And by the way, how was the background music in this one? Did it get too repetitive, or do you guys want me to do other music? I don't even know if you can hear it that well, because I did turn it down really fucking low. And I think when I talk, you can't really hear it, but you know. You guys like it? It was good? Yay! Okay, I might just keep this on for this stream for the reading ones, because trying to find new music is a pain in the ass, honestly. Hopefully you guys don't get tired of it though. But yeah, alright, well, good night everyone. Good night, sleep well, sweet dreams, and keep it vibing. I'll see you all over on Twitch over on Wednesday. We will do more Nier Replicate, and then if not, I will see you guys next week. Sunday probably, or Monday. I don't know. We'll double check on that. And My Immortal. Yeah. Okay. Bye. Wait, where's my ending scene? Oh.